Hello and welcome to Danog's Deep Dive. My name is Danog. This is the show for the fans around the world to learn more about some of the most exciting players and teams from the regions that don't get the love that they deserve from the Western Dota 2 scene. I'm talking, of course, about the Southeast Asian region. We have plenty of exciting guests lined up for future weeks, so be sure to follow, like, and subscribe wherever you're watching and tell your friends as well. Our opening episode is with Fearless, the mid player from Motivate.Trust in the Southeast Asian region. And he's a relatively new player to the Dota 2 scene, 3 or so years now from the professional level. We're going to talk about his journey, his goals, and a bit more. You're just going to have to listen to find out. So if you'd like to talk about this week's episode, feel free to join the Discord channel, which will be linked in the description. And you can also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Danog, and on Facebook at Danog Dota. So let's dive in. So, Fearless, welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you. So, just to kick us off, tell us about your situation at the moment. How's Thailand? How's the team house going?
As you guys may see, we just lost two players, Masaros and Jackie,
Hmm.
to T1 and Fnatic, respectively. Yeah. So we are now trying to find some new players here.
Yeah, I've heard a few rumors about that. Probably a bit more strong about like who's standing in. Is there anything you can hint at or reveal to anyone from the very start?
I'm not so sure if I can reveal this at this moment, but you guys will be surprised.
Yeah, no, that's good to see. And just in general, like, of course, Dota. We all love Dota. We all love playing a lot of Dota. Have you been playing anything else since it's quite a while since the patch has come out? I know, for example, Ice Ice Ice, KP, they've been playing a lot of WoW. How about yourself?
Uh, I only play Dota, but if I get tired of it, I probably play some chess in an online website.
Oh, cool. Yeah, awesome. Um, and so with that, do you play on your own or do you play with other people from Dota or friends outside of Dota?
I play on my own.
All right, cool, cool. So with speaking of Dota, we'll all love it. We all play it a lot of times. Take us back to the start. How did you first get into Dota in the first instance?
It was I mean some usual kids enter school, university, and at the when I finished the university
Hmm?
at the age of 22, I think I thought that I want to do it. I watched what uh the documentary, the free to play.
Free to play, yeah,
Yeah, that one. At that moment, I feel like I really wanted to go TI.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's how it started. And then I asked my current coach, the Lakos, to join his like years ago.
all right, cool. And did you come straight into Dota, or did you play anything else before that? Because I know in Thailand, in particular, Heroes of New Earth is still very, very popular. Were you playing that beforehand, or was it just Dota from the very start?
For MOBA, I only played Dota.
Oh,
Like
okay.
from Dota to Dota 2.
Yeah, cool. And how would you say the Dota scene is in Thailand at the moment? Obviously, you've got a really good team like Motivate, you've got Question Mark and things of that nature. But are there any rising stars coming up through the ranks, or a lot of new people starting to play?
At the moment, I don't really see anyone else, but I think lately I saw so many Thai players got some high rank into Immortal,
Mm.
like top 500, 400, like many coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's and maybe next year we gonna have the national tournament, so we should to bring up new players.
yeah. I know, like ESL, for example, have done their national tournament, and you performed very well at that. So, is that the sort of thing that you're looking to have continue, or are we talking about a different kind of national tournament?
Uh, I think it's the same thing as ESL. I don't, I'm not so sure, but I hope to see some more ESL.
Yeah, and I mean, how has your journey been since the start? You've been on a fair few teams. Probably the first big one that you were on was Alpha Red. I think you actually
Yeah,
came
yeah.
down to Australia, right, for one of the tournaments here.
Oh yeah. I play against year or
Yeah,
yeah.
OG. That was right
I
after they won TI, right?
yes, yeah.
Cool. And how was that experience? Was it the first time that you'd traveled overseas?
Not really. I went to, like USG,
Hmm?
but honestly, that was like national qualifier. But the Australia, and it was like the first ever C qualifier for us. So I felt so really happy at that time.
Yeah.
Like
And
yeah,
you did
no,
pretty well on the group stage. I think you beat one of the Australian teams as well in the playoffs, and you
yeah.
dumpstered them. I'm pretty sure. So that would have been a good experience. And then, of course, it was OG that was playing, and I think one of your good friends, QO, was actually playing for OG at the time. How did it
Oh
feel
yeah,
playing against him?
right. I don't know. I feel like he's just having fun.
Yeah, it was just playing QO Dota, run at you Dota. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's like Kyoto is like he's gonna keep fighting until all of dies or he dies.
Yeah, exactly. And then since Alpha Red, you've played on a few other teams. Question Mark for a little bit. RRQ, to be continued, I think was another one. And now you've been on Motivate for about a year. What would you
Yeah.
say since your Alpha Red days were the high points and the low points on all of those rosters?
Basically, I think I mean we just the same team. Like we just keep changing some the organization. Yeah. So and I would say this this year is like my highest like I don't know.
You've had a
uh
lot of good finishes, right? Like
yeah
it's
yeah yeah
it's been really good, really building up, especially like we talked about ESL One Thailand before. The build up from that has been, phenomenal for you. Like you guys were the team to watch. You guys and probably Neon as well were looking really exciting in that tournament. And the difference is that you guys really took that and then progressed and went forward to even bigger and better results. So tell me about that. How did you as a team feel like coming out of that tournament?
like we don't exactly know how did we get like so much better, but we just like keep practicing, keep proving. Like yeah, that's how we get better. Something I think.
With those
Uh,
with those better results, were the top tier teams wanting to scrim against you more, or were they always doing that even before then?
uh, uh, after ESL, I think the top tier team with us more.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
do you feel like that helped with your improvement as well, being
yeah,
able to?
absolutely. Like helps a lot.
Hmm,
Like even we lose the scrim, still learn.
yeah, cool. Was that more about just more chances to see how the top enemy teams played, or was it more just about adjusting your own style based on harder opponents?
I think we see some good thing from them, then we try to like apply for us. Like we see them play and think, okay, we can use this, and we try this, and
Hmm.
and it worked.
Yeah. You mentioned Lakel's earlier. He was the one that gave you your first big shot within Dota. That might be the answer to this question, but who would you say has been the most influential person or people for you throughout your Dota journey so far?
I don't know. Like I mean, I haven't thought about it.
Now's the
I,
time.
if I would say me, it's my inspiration. Like mostly, like yeah. I just feel like I want to be like them. All the players that attend the TI,
Hmm.
yeah, and I want to be like them.
And of course, every player's goal is to attend TI. Before this year, probably that seemed like, or that might have seemed like a bit of a harder task for you. But correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like with the current situation, with more online tournaments happening, it's given a team like Motivate many more chances to play, against some of the best teams. Do you feel like, despite the fact that this situation hasn't been so great for a lot of people, for you guys, it's actually been a blessing in disguise?
Yeah, you're right. Like like if there's no if there's the usual years like majors, minor, and TI going on, like we wouldn't have a chance to like to become stronger or like close to the tier one RS scene. Like, like when they win the qualifier, they went to majors, and then they come back, they become so much stronger. But this year no majors, TIs. So yeah, it helped a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And in the past, you guys might have made it through to the close qualifiers, for example, and then you might lose, and then you just have nothing to play for quite a while. But it feels like you're just playing and playing and playing, and a team like you guys seems like you're improving at a rapid rate. So it's really great to see. Um,
Yeah.
one of the other things that's happened pretty recently is back in August, I think, you got to 10K MMR. You talked about all these other Thai players that were reaching top 500, top 400, but 10K would have been a pretty big goal for yourself. How did you feel about, reaching that?
It felt pretty good, but I mean like it was a bit too late. Like many people hit 10K already. So for now, I wanted to get. I mean for now I want to get like 11K, and then I activated the recalibration,
Hmm.
and I lose 800 MMR.
It was a trap. Some of my friends did it as
Yeah,
well. They
it's
lost
absolutely
2,000.
a trap.
Oh, well, it happens, but
Uh,
you're good enough. You'll be able to gain it right back.
yeah, trying.
When you're playing ranked, I mean, it could be on this journey or, even just now. Are there any pro players that whenever you play against them, you're like, yes, this is free MMR. This is this is an easy win every single time.
Free MMR, like fun. I mean, like, I want to play against like some high MMR 4 or 5 players, because basically they're gonna have like not so strong mid laner, and I'm gonna stomp his lane and snowball the game like from that. Yeah, so that's basically like, yeah, so easy to play against like high MMR support.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. You need to have the big playmakers out there, but I'm not going to let you off the hook that easily. I want you to name a pro player that you always seem to beat when you come up against them in pubs.
It could be Masaros.
Masaras? Yeah, just because you know him so well, you know exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and my teammates like, and I mean like if for mid lane I usually win the. I mean I don't really win, like it's like 50-50. Like I avoid all the mid laner in the like Armel, Extreme, everyone like mid players. All my avoid list is full of mid.
Just because you want the mid lane, you don't want anyone else to take
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's good.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
so I can, yeah, I can that like.
Yeah. It's a valuable use of the avoid list, to be sure. Now, you mentioned before the roster underwent a few changes. Obviously, Jackie moving to T1, Masaros to Fnatic. What was the process like when that happened? Was it kind of a shock for the rest of the team, or were they very open about the fact that, hey, I've been approached and I'm considering this?
I mean like everyone understand how it goes. Like when Fnatic approach, like we know that there's no way we can stop. Also with Jackie, no way we can stop them from going to the bigger or organization. Yeah,
Hmm.
so it's just like we accept it. Like nothing we can do, not much.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you are pretty happy for the other members of the team, but of course, you have to think a little bit about yourself and
Oh, yeah, right.
motivate as well, right? So, with that being said, there was Valve recently announced the changes to or sorry, not the changes, the new
The
start
update.
date. Yeah, the update and the new start date of the Dota Pro Circuit. I think it was January 18th. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, I think based off the past, let's say 4 months, I would have Motivate probably as one of the top 3 teams that would be invited to that. But there's 8 that's in the upper division. Is there a little part of you that feels like with these changes that, there might be a small risk of that not happening to going into the upper division?
I'm not so sure. Like, what was it again?
So, you know how with the new system, right? There's an upper division and a lower division.
All right.
So there's 8 teams in upper and 8 teams in lower, and the ones that qualify to the majors come from the upper division, right? So before these roster changes happened, I would have been like, Motivate, they're in the upper division, easy. But now with these two players leaving, do you feel like that might change things? Do you feel like, you're still going to get that invite, or has Valve even communicated anything to you guys saying, "Hey, by the way, this is probably going to happen"?
WoW didn't talk to us yet, but I mean, I feel like if we can still do well in the next tournament, we get invited to upper division.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Um,
but I know. I mean, who knows? I might not be here, so
who knows, right? Like,
yeah, who knows?
I hope for you, with your journey as well. If there was another spot that came up in one of these top tier teams, then that would be fantastic if you got the chance to reach out. But I feel like you've done a lot for Motivate in representing your country very well, and hopefully you can continue to do that, whether it be with Motivate or somewhere else. So yeah, with this Motivate roster that you've been playing with for about a year or so, well, you've been playing with the team for a lot longer than that, but under the Motivate banner, who would you say is the biggest tilter of the five?
The Jackie, I would say.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Is it
maybe
like a hard time in lane, or is it, players just playing badly? What sets him off?
the when you have a, like really bad start,
Yeah,
and the four of us need to like keep him up.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he can recover quite fast. So that's all.
Oh, so this is in
Yeah,
pro games. I was talking pubs as well. Like there are
but
some,
pub.
yeah.
Oh, okay. If you're saying about pub's game, I mean like so many times I score at the teammates in pubs. Like
Awesome.
I don't know. I mean like I feel like I want them to go that way, but they cannot just follow me. Or
Yeah.
sometimes they just crash talk back to me. I don't know why.
I mean, that's
And
just C. That's just C. Like I
yeah,
play
yeah,
on C as well, right? So
and that moment I really raged and like yeah started calling.
you're honest though about it. At least that's the the best step about it, right? Is that you know what needs to happen in order to make the best change. On the opposite side, who on your team has the most positive vibes? Like who's always saying like, "We can do it, guys. Don't give up."
I would say no one. I mean, but the most likely one is Boombell.
Yeah.
Like he's captain, he's the most mature in the yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
and he's
Cool.
always there to like be positive.
Hmm. And last one, who would you say is the biggest tryhard out of the team?
Me,
Yeah.
me and Masaros, I think both try hard players.
Yeah. Especially when you're against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always want to.
I mean, we always try hard if when we are swimming, we are practicing. When we play games, when we are teammate in pub game, like yeah, kind of try hard players.
That's a sign of a good player, right? Like, why even play Dota if you're not going to try? So, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome. Um, so, just one last quick question about the DPC circuit with the new setup. Um, do you feel like a team like Among Us, for example, which feels like it's just a bunch of players that didn't quite fit in on existing teams, or they're like standing in, or they're just playing temporarily? Do you think they're actually going to stick together, or since it's becoming more official what's happening now with the next season, these players are going to start to find more permanent homes for themselves?
I think for Among Us, there's like, I mean, it's gonna be Abed and Isaiah go easy, and I don't know about the rest.
Hmm.
They might be sticking, but they have to find a replacement.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just dabbing in the
You see,
background. Yeah.
yeah, right. You know him, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. It's a good. It sounds like a good house to be in, right? All you guys seem to get along pretty well.
Yeah, right.
Is there any main bonding stuff that you guys do outside of Dota, like go and get food or anything else?
Yeah, we always things together, like hanging out, playing basketball, some other things.
Yeah, cool, cool. Um, so just to go back to talking a little bit about the patch that we're hopefully getting soon. It was originally going to come probably around now, but Valve announced that there was going to be a small delay, probably until mid-December, I think they said. Is there anything that you're looking out for or that you really want to come out with the new patch?
I mean, I would say I love this patch, like, because I knew this meta because like it stood pretty well. Like I am like millennial for like creating some space. If the next patch they bring back some heroes like Haska, Mipo, and Promata, I would be fucked up. And yeah, I mean I hope the all the spirits like what's read Ember Spirit.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the best situation would be a meta where kind of like all of those heroes are viable, so you can get more individual styles, right? Where
Yeah, yeah,
you really excel on creating a lot of space, and as soon as you get your first item, you go and make a ton of space for your hard carry. But there might be other teams that want the Meepo, the Broodmother, the Huskar, and
yeah,
it'd be great to see how those styles play against each other.
yeah. Sure.
Hmm.
I mean I would say like I want to play like Top Sun.
Yeah.
So that's
Are there any other players within Southeast Asia that you really take inspiration from? If I had to kind of compare you to anyone else in terms of like how aggressive you are as a mid laner, I would probably say Yopaj from Neon, just because he's
oh yeah, right,
always
right.
just moving around the map and like mid Earth Spirit, sorry, and just rolling in onto people and not caring what happens.
You know back then I wanted to farm like the get the timing at the exact I mean get the item at the exact timing I want, but then Yopash is just like walking around and my team like several times and my team uh really have a bad time. So
Hmm.
at that point I changed.
Yeah, yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
you're really learning a lot from all of these new teams that you're able to scrim a lot more against. So yeah, it's good to see. Um, all right, just wrapping things up a little bit. One or two last questions. If you were stuck on a desert island, so completely alone, who is one person that you would want to be there with you to keep you company, and what is the one thing that you want to take with you as well?
I would say I would take Masaros.
Hmm.
He's reliable person, you know. And I would take. Can I take GPS?
Sure. Yeah, but
Oh,
well,
cell phone. I mean, if there gonna be signal, I would take cell phone.
so
So I mean, like,
you
yeah,
get one
at least
charge.
we can call for help.
True, true.
Yeah,
All right, that'd be good. You just want to get back to playing Dota, right? You just want to get
yeah,
off the
sure.
island. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Fearless. I really appreciate you giving us your time to learn a bit more about you and your team and what's coming next for you. Are there any shout outs that you want to make to anyone else?
Shout out
Yeah.
to Foref.
Mm-hmm.
I think his. I mean, this year might be a hard year for him, but I think he make a huge comeback.
Yeah. Why Forev in particular, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm pretty close. Like he said, like I mean, yeah, there could be a chance that I play with
Oh yeah, cool.
for the next for the DPC maybe.
Ah, so you got
Yeah.
to get in good with him, right? You got to say you're the best for F, just so that you can be playing alongside him. Awesome,
No, and like maybe shout out to myself. Like I'm open up to any team if they're interested.
awesome. If there are people that wanting to follow you so they can stay with you on the next steps of your journey, where can they find you?
On Twitter, I think.
Yeah, and I'll link that in the description as well. So, Fearless Dota 2, I believe, is your Twitter handle. So people can go there, follow you, and hopefully keep in touch. So, thank you again very much, Fearless. I really appreciate you taking the time, and all the best for the months to come.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Have a good one.